best practice guidelines for construction. Perimeter edge protection. Perimeter or edge protection is the physical barriers that are put up against edges to prevent people or materials from falling from height. Perimeter protection can be screens, guardrails, aircraft cables, or net system. It can be classified as standard or advanced depending on the level of risk involved, and must meet minimum standards set by local legislation, including the Abu Dhabi EHSMS standard. For example, advanced protection used in high-rise construction will include full-height perimeter screens. Standard protection will have a guardrail system with toe boards and netting. Permanent edge protection can also be used, for example, in a frequently accessed area on an oil rig. Exterior work. Exterior work is work outside the perimeter protection, such as installing or dismantling edge protection systems. Ideally, boom lifts, scissor lifts, or mast climbers should be used for this type of work. And an exclusion zone must always be created to keep people out of the danger areas. Horizontal catch nets should be installed close to the structure to catch falling persons or materials. If a harness is used, the full risk assessment and/or permit system should be followed and rescue measures should be in place. Lanyards must be used to tie tools to belts or wrists. When erecting metal frame structures or formwork, various height safety guidelines need to be followed. Erection should take place from safe working platforms or mobile elevated work platforms. An exclusion zone should also be created, and barricades or signage should be used to restrict access. Edge protection systems should be designed as part of the frame erection process to provide protection. Here, the edge protection allows the cladding to be put into place from a safe position. Scaffolds, temporary works and working platforms should also be properly planned, erected, maintained and altered by competent persons to provide a safe working place for those working at heights. They must be assessed before use and inspected regularly. Adequate cross-bracing must be provided and the structure must be secure and stable. A safe and clearly defined means of access must be provided, such as stairs or ladders. Scaffolds and platforms must have guardrails, mid-rails and toe boards on all open sides or platforms, and there should be netting where material can fall over toe boards. All openings need to be covered or protected so as to prevent anyone from falling through them. Protective measures on openings can only be removed when work is taking place in or around the opening, and those doing the work have taken sufficient safety precautions. Where there are openings to lift shafts, these must be fully protected with a secure and tamper-proof full-height system preventing unauthorized entry. During construction of penetrations and risers, a metal cast must be fitted or other sturdy, strong protection, such as metal guard rails or covers must be placed at each level, below the level of construction, to prevent persons or material falling. Floor openings must be protected with a clearly marked, sturdy, strong and securely fixed cover. The size of the opening would determine what protective measure to put in place. A suitable and safe means of access should always be chosen to go to and from work at height. Permanent access is always the most secure option, but if not possible, adequate temporary staircases can be used. All vertical access must have permanent handrails on both sides, as well as other guardrails. There must also be enough lighting. Vertical access must be kept clean and clear of materials or equipment that could obstruct the stairway. Suspended access. Examples of suspended access include bosun's chairs, cradles, gondolas or swings. These should only be used if there are no other safer methods. Suspended access equipment must be inspected before use and only used by competent and trained workers. An exclusion zone must be set up below the equipment at ground level. There must be a rescue procedure in place and harnesses must be worn. Mechanical access system. Mechanical access systems include hoists, mobile elevated working platforms and scissor lifts. They must have guarding that is strong, sturdy and fit for purpose. The equipment must be inspected regularly and only used by competent and trained workers. Workers also need to wear safety harnesses as secondary fall protection. There are 2 additional areas on site that can prove hazardous if the correct protective measures are not taken. Loading platforms must be fitted with guardrails on all sides where people or materials can fall. The platforms should be checked before installation and weekly thereafter. Rubbish chutes, skips and dumpsters used for rubbish disposal must be properly installed, secured and fenced off.